people is here in the house. Well, yo, what's up? Y'all like my beautiful
There we go,
compound mansion
man.
over here in Kona, right? Huh? Some of the people over here are like, what is that? What is that? Come on, baby. Come on.
Join you live on Instagram too here.
All right, let
So
me get you bring it in. Hold on, guys. What up? What up, E? Yo.
you go. All right, we're live. Facegran here, StreamYard.
Did you get I just
there.
okay, there we go. There we go. What up, Matt?
All right. Hey, we made it work. Good seeing everybody.
So
mm-hmm. You wanted to any reverb.
Yep. Hold on.
But
Hold on.
there we
Let me
go.
turn down my cell phone on Instagram real quick.
As far as you can. Perfect.
Can you hear me? You guys hear me? All right. So let me first of all welcome everyone back. I am in Hawaii. You guys probably noticed if you've watched me on Instagram. I am staying on the Big Island, and my good friend Fran have this big mansion that they basically rented out to us, and this thing is 7,000 square feet on 5-acre orchard land, gated, looking out toward the ocean, the water. And as I'm sitting here, Matt, I say to myself, man, I've been in real estate for 35 years. And I remember when I started as a real estate agent in 1991, and then I would doing very little, one deal, a year, and on my 4th year, right, my mentor said to me, look, if you want to be wealthy, you got to own real estate. If you want to be rich, just keep selling real estate. People have a good life selling real estate. They make a lot of money. They're millionaires. But the problem is being rich is you're always trading your time to make money. So by the time you get off the treadmill, you stop making money. You can't really have the wealthy lifestyle, right? Well, a wealthy lifestyle is you can be on vacation and you still making money. You can be sleeping and still making money. Like the tree he always tell me, right? You can be at your kid's baseball tournament or your kid's soccer game and you're still making money. And I'm standing here. I went to the beach this morning with the family. I reflect and I said, man, I'm so glad that I actually took Saul's advice and bought my first rental in 1997. And from then, I just went on the mission to just make a lot of money, buy real estate. Make a lot of money, buy real estate. And today, I look back and I get to reap the rewards of all those hard work of just taking the money and buying real estate. So when I'm on vacation, I'm still making money every day in my passive income. And when I get back home, if I choose to get on the treadmill, run and make more earn income, I can. But the passive income now, at $100,000 a month in positive cash flow every month, it's not bad. You know what I mean? It don't suck, everybody. And so the reason why I wanted to say this, because I want to set the tone for everybody here. We're here because ultimately I want to teach you with Matt on how to go make money. You can make money by finding stinky, distressed, pre-foreclosure, ugly houses that's off market. And if you don't have the money, Springboard mentorship, we teach you how to basically wholesale. If you do have the money, then I can teach you how to buy the property, finance it, and keep it as rental, and then grow your portfolio out. The ultimate of this weekly call I've been having with Matt from DealMachine is that week 1 last week was teaching you how to find and create your list. And then when you do your homework, you create your list. Then this week, we're going to talk about how would you market yourself to these owners so you got to get these deals. Again, if you got money, buy it. Ideally, buy it, keep it, fix it up and buy it so you can create more rental properties. You can have passive income. So later on, you don't actually have to work. If you want to work like me, you choose to work. If you don't have the money for now, at least wholesale it and make money. And this is the reason why we're here on these calls, everybody. Ultimately, is so you guys can actually own rental property. But today, we want to teach you guys how to take your list you made last week and then learn how to market to the seller so you guys can actually get some deal. So, Matt, you ready to do this shit, bro?
Let's do it, man. You're joining your family, like living the life, enjoying that, man. 4-year-old and 2-year-old. So I love him. I don't know if they're quite old enough than two someday too, man.
Yeah.
So, from if you've done any deals yet. That I actually emailed out to people, or one of the recent emails. If you're registered, and in there you went through, you were able to go through and team up with and say, hey, yeah, let me network with them. I'm trying to help facilitate some connections for you guys, help hold each other accountable, help get the homework done. The homework assignment, which was amazing, like seeing people were fired up, people were following through, they were taking, and that's phenomenal to have people actually assignment. We're going to get into that today, too, of saying, like, so if you missed week 1, it's okay. Like, that behind the 8 ball in terms of the 21-day challenge, and keep going, from here and knock out the first week of homework and keep that. We'll show the week 1 giveaway through that for everybody. So we gave away for an entire year. It was worth over $800. That'll be on there too. So somebody on here live is gonna win that. Hey man, I'm pumped. Like, you bring the energy, you bring the action. People ready to get out there to follow through and help you be more successful, to save you time, to help. If you're using DealMachine or not, like, our goal is just every single step that we've seen work over and over, and go land that first deal and 100 after that. So into it.
Hey Matt, real quick, is this window too bright behind my face?
Yeah, you look pretty good.
Okay, how about Instagram?
Beautiful there too.
Yeah. Okay. Because sometimes when you have too much light in the back, it make it dark.
I mean, Hawaii, that's good. A little too.
Okay. All right.
You're looking good, man.
Just a glance this way.
Perfect.
There you go. That's a little better.
Love to see people jumping in the chat. Before starting to team up with each other, meet each other. What I'll go through really quick here. I know Thach, our goal with this challenge is to help you go. Yes. Again, my inbox was through. Telling me, hey, here's you go to Sbtw challenge.com. If you're watching on stream you'll need to go there to be entered to win. And we're giving away over $800 worth of free stuff. TW, so Springboard to Wealth, Sbtw, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Go there, sign up for the homework. You'll start having a chance to actually. Again, as Thach was talking about, we're thinking about this. Again, kind of slow down. Anything from slow to use in times like that. We are more. That's our role. Is we come in, we solve problems. We use speed and convenience and use who can't go on market, who don't want to work. There's hundreds of reasons they would work with an investor who are motivated, who has an urgent. Right now, we have a greater opportunity to step than we have in the last decade plus.
Yeah, I agree.
So
yeah.
Where most people get stuck is they still don't know how to rate deal that first deal. So that's what our last week which you can go watch the recording. I know it's on Thach's. If you're in the part of the webinar jam with that recording, but we have, as Thach said, it's going to be all about marketing. It's how to things like this. I mean, we didn't, on the slides, he's at St. Joe's 30-day wholesale specific challenge in 2020, his first deal. He did 72 deals and did wholesale deals after that.
Damn.
So, it's amazing. Like, him and his wife have done this, and walking me through is exactly what he did. So, we're proud to say over at DealMachine, we're the heisters to find off-market deals. And how did you go find a deal using, and we've had over 10,000 people do deals on DealMachine. Today, what we're going through, like, this is what people are doing. And I mean, I'm an incredible educator too. So he's going to be talking through his program in terms of the playbook last week, the playbook. So people like Enzo needy too. Like, you don't have a year. Like, you can do this. On a much St. Louis, he did 1 flip and 3 buy and hold in wealth like this. And this is something, Thach, I know you talk about holes that are doing, $1,000. That's $10,000 a month. Like, and then, just not counting appreciation or the equity pay down, you can go out and build a small portfolio and you can go big and go try to do hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, let me add something there for you, Matt. The thing is, everybody, is that a lot of people, when you watch YouTube video and you see people on the podcast or you see them at a seminar and you hear these people talking about they own, 100 doors or 1,000 doors, 7,000 doors. I want you to understand something. They don't own all those doors, right? They are part of a syndication. They invested into a fund, and then that fund basically gives them a small return on their investment, and then they own that. Okay, so like if you guys was investing in Grant Cardone fund, and Grant Cardone owned 8,000 door, people are taking those claims and say, I own 8,000 door. No, you got a small percentage of 8,000 door, but you don't control the deal. You don't even know what they're doing. Now, what I say, if you want to learn how to really educate yourself, go buy yourself 10 rental property. Look at the average rent in your area. If the average rent in your area is called $3,000, right, or 2,000, 3,000, if you have 10 property bought and paid off, and you're debt free, 20 years from now, you're debt free, you have no mortgage on your house, you have nothing other than the regular, water, sewer, garbage bill, and then you have 10 rental property paid off, you guys. That's $2,000 to $3,000. That's 20 to 30 grand a month. Even when you're sleeping, you couldn't spend all that money. That's a good ass life, 30 grand a month, especially if you're debt free. Are you kidding me? So all I'm saying to you guys and gals out there, don't get it all twisted out there. When you see people out there got all these 1,000 units, if you can get to 10 property free and clear, 20, 30 grand a month, and you debt free, you living a goddamn amazing life. Okay. All right, Matt, keep going.
Love it, man. Yeah. So with that end goal in mind, that's where we really went through this 21-day challenge. And we said, hey, week 1 is, and every single week when we do this, it's going to be live trainings. So week 1 was how to build a list. This week is how to market to that list. On Wednesdays, we're going to do these live trainings. We're trying to do it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, the webinar, obviously, again, it's Sbtw challenge.com. I'm glad the sound is better on YouTube and Facebook, guys. Awesome. Cool. So again, Sbtw challenge.com to register, to register for that challenge. And then, when you sign up there, you're going to be getting these free email tips, pro tips to give you the playbook, help you overcome your challenges that week. Give things like, I know last week we had a goal setting email about how long you need to go drive to go build that list. We had an accountability partner spreadsheet we shared out. So I'm sharing those things out at least a couple times a week. Those you're going to get a bunch of pro tips and all the shortcuts that way. Again, every Wednesday we're going to be doing these live trainings. This is the second one out of 4. And then Fridays we're doing giveaways. So pay attention to your email. It'll tell you exactly how to follow through and show me that you did the homework so you qualify for a giveaway. This week this week I know the homework was go out and build a list of 100 driving for dollars leads, which again, you can watch the replay to learn how to do. I'm going to do a quick recap today for a few minutes before we get into the week 2 training, so I can show you guys, hey, here's exactly how to build that list again. And then secondarily, I want to show off, hey, our week 1 giveaway winner, which we had a ton of people enter this. People were flooding my inbox showing me that they went out and built their list. The one-time winner, which again, this is worth over $800, and I will reach out over email to them.
Let's do a drum roll now, baby. Let's do a drum roll.
Let's do a drum roll. There we go. There we go. Les Daiho. I believe that's your last name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, Les. But if you're on the webinar jam, congratulations. There we go. Les Daiho. Awesome. If not, then hey, you're gonna be getting an email from us anyway. But week 1 winner, Les won, gets a free year DealMachine, gonna be able to run with this technology over and over and over again. So love to see that. I'll check the webinar chat. I don't know if he's in there, but Les, if you are, congrats. If not, you're getting an email from us regardless, man. So
that's a damn good ass deal, baby. That's a good ass deal.
There we go. So we got first week giveaway knocked out. Again, we're going to be doing that again this week on Friday. You're going to get an email from me saying exactly how to enter. You're going to be able to use your homework assignment to enter for that giveaway. So make sure listen to the homework today. Email me the evidence that you did the homework starting on Friday. You'll get instructions there, and you'll be able to win again another $800 plus prize. So before we jump into that, I want to go through a quick week 1 recap of the live training. I'll show this briefly. We went into much more detail last week, so if I'm going fast on this, that's why. Want to make sure we get to week 2 and really focus on the marketing. But week 1 was really giving you guys the playbook on how to go out and build that list of motivated sellers. And the reason why we really focus on kind of the driving for dollars approach with this in general is, hey, these leads, and when we say driving for dollars, it's we mean physically getting in your car, or virtually, which we showed that off briefly too. Physically getting in your car, driving around, looking for fixer-uppers, looking for the tarp on the roof, for the gutters falling off, for the clearly vacant house, boarded up windows, looking for less obvious signs like a window AC unit or things like that, where it's just an outdated property as well. Weeds growing through the concrete, front yard, backyard, a mess. I use the example like, hey, the front of your house. I know our first hire, DealMachine, he landed his first deal using the app himself when he found a house that had Halloween decorations up, and it was like now. It's like, okay, they've gone through a couple major holidays. It's almost 6 months later. Like, for whatever reason, that owner's just not keeping up with the property, the physical condition. And the goal of this is this list that you're building. No one else has that list. It's not easy to get a hold of it. You are earning your list. You're finding the least competitive leads because of that fact, because you can't just go out and pull that list anywhere else. Like, you're building it yourself. So way less likely, actually 4 to 5 times less likely in terms of number of leads you need to get to a deal, that other people are reaching out to that potentially motivated seller. And then outside of that too, physical distress is the number 1 indicator that they are a motivated seller. It's the number 1 sign, number 1 factor of someone being a potentially motivated seller. So that's what we're talking about, is you're looking for physical distress. It's the top way that newbies land their first deal. So that's what we taught you guys last week, is how to drive for dollars. The homework again was to add 100 leads to that list, 100 driving for dollars leads, which phenomenal job submitting that, guys. We talked about last week, your first deal formula is usually it takes somewhere around 300-ish leads to get to that first deal in terms of consistently marketing to those property owners. So that's what we've really designed this challenge to do, is to get you to that number and to help you take the right actions to get in front of them. But let me show off again really quickly here that recap of just kind of quick crash course of how to build that list, just for a few minutes here, and then we'll jump into the second training. So awesome. Again, on IG, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, glad we fixed the sound, all good to go. If you do Sbtw, so Springboard to Wealth, Sbtw challenge.com, then you can sign up and you'll be able to get into the webinar and make sure you're getting these email reminders, make sure you're getting the giveaway reminders, all that stuff. So
and they be able to see. Look, everyone, hold on, let me see the show, Matt. Right, if you guys don't sign in, you can't see this. Okay, if you sign in sbtwchallenge.com, you get it's a free. Once you're in the webinar, you can see this right here. Okay, so go do that. I'll make you on Instagram. Go.
There we go. Love it. Awesome. So jumping into that, just to show off really quick, I know first question we always get is, hey, where should I drive? You know, what's a good area to drive? Where should I go look for leads? Like what makes a good area? This highlights button on the top left here, which again, I'm showing you the desktop version of DealMachine. We also have a mobile app too on the phone that when you're actually driving around, you'll want to use the mobile app, and you know that'll be easy to take with you, right? But the desktop version here, this highlights button is extremely powerful. You click on that, and you've got thousands of data points that you can tap into and say like, hey, yeah, show me all of the properties, like creating a highlight. Show me all the properties that are single family. So property type is single family and is built, you know, at least 30 years ago. So that way it gives you a good indicator. Oh,
yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
1993. It gives you a good indicator that this property could need some fixing up, that it could need some updating. And then we can say, hey, show me all the properties that have a certain calculated value. Those are probably the three best initial filters to run with. And, you know, calculated value greater than, I don't know, 200K, we'll call it. Confirm that. Awesome. Apply highlights. And you'll see, let's see here. If we load up, you'll see, you know, it's going to take a little while to load because we're analyzing so much data here. Here we go. 382 properties match that highlight. You'll see entire blocks start to pop up. And those blocks will tell you like, hey, this is a good area to drive. You know, this is a good area that there are a lot of single family homes. They might need fixing up because they were built at least 30 years ago and they're worth a little bit. So it's a good area to kind of help you figure out, answer that question. Where do I start driving? How do I get out there? How do I know where to drive and where to go? So first step is, you know, highlight around you, highlight your city, highlight areas you're consider driving with a little, you know, some filters right there to really tell you, okay, these are good indicators that this is a qualified a lot of qualified properties around here. Again, you'll want to jump on the mobile app to actually physically drive around. And as you drive around, you're going to be looking for black dots. Like every single black dot on the map here is an individual property that as you drive by, you can just click on that and view more information about the property. You can click on that, be able to see like, hey, yeah, you know, what's the sale date that this was last sold? What's the equity percentage? What's the last, assessed value? What's the info on the mortgage? You can see a lot of data right there to help you further qualify that lead. So as simple as that is, okay, highlight around you, pick an area to start driving. Look for, as you drive around those black dots, you can, you know, if you see a property in real life, you just tap on it in the app, like 1805 South State Street right here. You just tap on it in the app, boom, cool. You can see more information about that property. If there are blue dots around you, that means it's a property that's had an MLS status within the last 12 months. So that, you know, that means they've been sold recently, may or may not be a good property to actually go out and add if we're doing this strategy, right? You're looking for more of the fixer-uppers. Also, when you're driving around as well, you'll see a green line pop up behind you. And that is our route tracking inside DealMachine. So like over here, for example, you'll see this green line pop up and it'll really help you figure out, hey, where have I driven and where should I go? And, you know, if you look at those green lines over time, they turn yellow at 6 months and red at 12 months. So you know that if you look at the map and they're yellow, hey, it's been 6 months, I might want to revisit that area, especially if I've done a deal in that area. You know, could be a good time to redrive it and re-look for those fixer-upper properties. So, you know, use the dots when you add leads to your list. So say I drove by and 1800 right here is, it's vacant. It could be a good lead. Awesome. When I hit add lead, a blue pin pops up right there. And that blue pin just means it's been added to my list. So that was the homework, was driving around looking for properties in real life, clicking on the properties, adding them, turning them into blue pins all around you. A couple of quick pro tips while you're driving. I know one, if you take a picture of that property, the app will actually prompt you and say, hey, do you want to take a photo? If you take a picture of that property, I highly recommend it. We're going to get into the second phase here of marketing those property owners here in just a minute. And, that we'll tell you why, in that section, but highly recommend taking a picture of the property. Also, when you add a property, you have the opportunity to use tags on that property. So when you go in here, you can hit add lead. And then in the mobile app, it'll say, hey, do you want to add any tags? And I highly recommend going in there and adding tags on level of distress, or if it's a high priority, like if it's a really distressed property that's got high equity or something, I highly recommend adding tags right there. It just helps you stay more organized. And I'll show you guys here in a minute why. And as you go into this over and over and over again, every single lead that you add, that 100 leads that you added, for the homework this time, when you click the leads tab right here, or if you go in the app as well, there's a little leads tab. That will also include all of your leads right there, just listed out. So that way you can see how many leads you've added and can kind of work with the lead from there. So last thing before we jump into phase 2, I know this start driving button up here is great for you can do it on mobile, but on desktop, especially for virtual driving for dollars. So we had a lot of people asking me like, hey, I'm based in Canada. Can I invest elsewhere, using this strategy? Or, hey, I'm based in LA, but I want to invest in the Midwest. It's more, better cash flowing, better market to BRRRR. How do I go do that using the strategy? Well, virtual driving for dollars, that's the best way to get all the benefits of finding a rundown property in another market by simply sitting there and clicking for dollars. So you can go in, if you hit start driving, then you touch anywhere on the map right here, hit start driving, cool, boom. And that'll take you right into a virtual driving for dollars mode, where whenever you look at a house and you look at a property, just like you would in real life, the actual data will show up right here where you can look at that property, hit add lead on the spot, view more data about that particular property and move on to the next one. So virtual driving for dollars, you can do it anytime, anywhere, in any market, same exact process. I will say, like, you'll want to look at when that photo was taken and compare that to the last sale date, because sometimes you'll see a photo that was taken 2-3 years ago, and hey, if it's an older photo and it's a rundown property, but it still hasn't been sold since that picture was taken, hey, it's still owned by that same person. It could still be a really, really high quality lead. Or hey, if this photo was taken and then it's been sold since then, you probably want to remove it from your list. So that's the one thing. If you're driving around, virtual driving for dollars, make sure to compare to the sale date to the photo taken date as you're building your list. But otherwise, I saw plenty of people doing virtual driving for dollars and turning in their homework that way too. So
and I'm going to add this too, Matt. I'm going to add this too. You gotta find out that when you guys are driving out there, you're gonna see a lot of houses out there that wasn't even on the list. Mm-hmm. So keep your eye open as you guys are driving to house on your list. You're gonna find a bunch of other houses basically all around you. If you see those, just add them to your list. Okay.
Absolutely. Right? Like especially if you're using the highlights like this, and like you said, don't just focus on the highlighted properties. As you're driving around, look. The whole goal is the number one property indicator, the number one sign that this could be a motivated seller is physical distress. So regardless of what you're doing, that's great that you're using the power of data to help you. But as you do that, make sure to go in and look for fixer-upper properties while you're looking at the highlighted properties too. So great tip there. Awesome. So you've done all that. You've gone out, you have either physically or virtually drove for dollars. You are adding properties just by pinning them that way. You're tracking your routes. You're using the highlights button. You're taking pictures of the property. You're adding tags to the property. Awesome. Cool. You built your list. Hopefully, if you did the homework, fantastic. You're already keeping up. If you haven't yet, if you're just finding this video, even if, this could be way after we did this challenge, that's all right. Like, hey, go at your own pace, go out there. And we're still giving you that playbook to go make things happen. But everyone live in this challenge, you have the chance to win giveaways. You have the chance to hold each other accountable. You have the chance to take action now, make things happen now. So that's week 1. That was essentially a quick recap there. Today's live training, its next step from there is, okay, what do we do with those leads? Like once we built that list of so far 100 properties, how do we reach out to them? What should we be doing? Like what is the strategy here in terms of marketing to those sellers? And I'm going to break down, what we see again the most successful investors doing over and over and over again. Like this is, again, people have used this exact type of marketing to do over 10,000 deals using DealMachine. It's, you know, what we've seen work from the little guys who are doing their first deal up to the Ryan Haywoods, like I mentioned earlier, who's done 400 plus deals since 2020. And, you know, they all have a couple things in common in terms of how they're thinking about marketing and how they're getting out there. So what I'll show you guys here, and I'd love for Thach to chime in too in terms of marketing strategies. And I know you're a master at this, man. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on sales and marketing too. But I think in general, what I'll go through is there's really a two-pronged approach that we really talk about with people. It's ideally a kind of a creative marketing mix with this two-pronged approach. And really the secret sauce is in the follow-up, no matter what you're doing. Like, yeah, you can get lucky and you can contact somebody and on the first contact, find an actually motivated seller and do a deal. Like that does happen. I mean, we have, I used this example last time. We had a guy, it was the fourth person he called. It was live on our YouTube channel. Fourth person he called, he did a deal. That can happen. But that being said, like we want to set you up for long-term success, help you build great habits, help you do the right thing over and over and over again. So that way, no matter if it's the first person you call or the 1,000th, or, you know, you do 3 deals in a row at that point, you know, like what have you, like you are you're putting the right actions in, you're putting the right processes in to set yourself up for long-term success. So this two-pronged approach we talk about, I would say the goal with it is to help people, give them a chance to respond to different methods, because some people are going to respond to in-person versus a call versus a text versus a mailer like differently. And this will give you a nice spread of opportunities to really get in touch with that person. The first prong out of the 2 prongs would be short-term marketing. And what we define as short-term marketing is one-to-one marketing. So one-to-one, where you're reaching out individually to a seller. We'd put like cold calling under that. I'd put door knocking under that, sticky notes, door hangers, even texting if you're not doing mass texting or email, just things that take one-to-one effort, one-to-one outreach to be able to get in front of somebody and really get their attention. You know, where you can do that inside the DealMachine app is, again, once you've hit the leads tab right here, you can go in and see your list of leads. Or once you've start adding leads right here, you can hit the leads tab and go see your list of leads right here. When you view any individual lead, you have a couple of options right here. You've got the skip trace button and the start mail button. So we're going to focus on the skip trace button first. Skip trace, just the term, if you're not familiar with the term, it actually comes from people who skipped court back in the day, and the investigator had to go track down their contact info. So, which I don't know if you knew that, Thach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's where the term comes from. But the idea is like, hey, just ping a database, get back phone numbers, get back contact info, get back email addresses, get back some way to get in touch with this person. So on our end, we do have premium skip trace data. For privacy, I won't do it live on here for you guys, but we have about a 90% hit rate in terms of any kind of data coming back. 35% right contact rate, which most of the time you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So you're highly likely one of those numbers is going to be it. And on our data, it'll tell you, is it on the do not call list? Is it known litigators list? Is it landline? Is it mobile? What's the caller ID? A lot of information like that to really help you prioritize and figure out, okay, on the spot, which one of these is the owner of this property. So, being able to skip trace right there and cold call them or text them or email them right on the spot. Absolutely. Like that is something that takes reps. It takes you putting in the work to get better and better at this. But I would say in terms of like one-to-one marketing outreach, that is one of the most common things people are doing and having success with. Thach, any thoughts there before I jump into the second point there?
No, I think that's pretty clear. One-to-one marketing is good, you guys. And it takes a little more time than what Matt's going to talk about next. But one-on-one market, I think, is good for in what I call lead follow-up. Like he's going to talk about the next marketing. If I go out there, let's say, for example, if I did a bulk mail, right? And I get someone who call back and says, you know what, I'm thinking about selling. I have no problem picking a call that person directly, right? Or I might, if I'm in the neighborhood, I go door knock them out. Hey, I just got your email or I just got your call. I was in the neighborhood. I hope you don't mind me knocking on your door and they can chat more face to face. And bam, that's how I get one-on-one. All right. And that's how I do one-on-one and what Matt's going to tell you right now. Go ahead, Matt.
Love it, man. Yeah, and actually, I'll add on to that too. So with the one-to-one, again, you can call, cold call, text, email. You can do it one-off in the app, or you can do it in bulk as well. So if you like select all on the page, or if I selected all 15,000 of my leads, I could go into here and actually skip trace all of them. So you can use that. If you have a lot of leads right there that you want to focus on, you can do that really easily. Couple quick things I will mention. I know I talked about adding tags to leads, right? Like whenever you add a lead to your list, tag that property with level of distress, or one of my favorite tags in general is the high priority tag. The main reason being, on here you can filter and say, hey, yeah, create a filter and show me all the things that I've tagged high priority, confirm that, apply it, and that way right off the bat, boom, I know these are the 57 leads I need to start with. So if I'm doing one-to-one, cold call, text, all that, or when you talk about door knocking here, I'll start there. Start with the high priority leads, and that way you know where you're spending your most time immediately, most effectively.
Yeah.
When you're talking about door knocking, which I love that you've put in so much work, Thach, like do door knock, and if you're willing to get out there and do that, at the very least, leaving a door hanger or a sticky note, that response rate is phenomenal. Like I highly recommend, if you're in that local market and you're able to drive, use that to your advantage. Go out there and actually drive that list. And I know this is something that you guys teach over at Springboard to Wealth. Like you guys are really good at talking about, hey, take a broad list and narrow it down and then drive it. How to go about doing that is inside DealMachine. You can actually go and again, you have your list of 100 plus leads that you've driven for dollars already. But if you are going to add any outside sources, you can hit add leads and then import a list. So if you have any other kind of list, like any other spreadsheet, or you've got any other technology you've ever used, or you have like a water shutoff list, or whatever it is, any kind of list outside of DealMachine, you can import that list. And then let me open up an example one. You can go in here and say, hey, yeah, I have my list right here. Is in Orlando, Florida. Awesome, cool. Whenever I have that list that I have not driven yet, on the right side here, if you hit drive this list, that button is phenomenal because it kind of combines the best of both worlds, the best of any other list that you've pulled before, because it's quick and easy to pull a list, right? You could pull a high equity absentee owned list or what have you, and import that into DealMachine, cool, or use our list builder to do it. And it combines the power of driving for dollars, of actually driving through and giving yourself the opportunity to get in touch with them through a door knock or anything like that by hitting drive this list. And what that's going to do is it'll tell you, hey, I've got 77 leads on this list already. It's going to take me 3 hours and 8 minutes to drive that entire list. And then you can either you yourself do it, or if you have anyone else in your DealMachine account, you can assign it to them to drive it. And when you jump into the mobile app, you hit drive this list, and it'll tell you, hey, go here, here. This is the fastest way possible to drive to every single property, and it'll maximize your efficiency, give you the least amount of time possible to drive that entire list. And if you're going to door knock or leave a sticky note or door hanger or anything like that, that's going to save you a ton of time. So highly recommend the drive this list feature if you're going to do that as part of your one-to-one marketing, and use GPS to save you time.
Nice. Love it.
Awesome, man. So cool. So again, it's a two-pronged strategy here. So you want to do a marketing mix if you can. Some people are going to answer the door, some people are going to answer a text, some people are going to answer a call. If you can do any kind of mix of that, fantastic. It gives you a little bit of a blanket to cover an area, and give people the best opportunity to respond to you. Secondarily is, okay, once you have done that first prong, the short-term outreach, combine it with the second prong in your two-pronged approach, and that's long-term outreach. And we really define that as one-to-many marketing methods. So something that you can automate and set it and forget, and be able to come in and use the power of technology to make it really, really easy to consistently follow up. And just from a pure data standpoint, like I'll give you a few numbers, Thach. We've looked at our data. If you say you drove for dollars, you have the right lead, the right person, they're going to sell their property at some point. If you only reach out to them one time, like for example, with a piece of mail, you're only getting that call back from somebody. It's less than 15% of the time. So more than 85% of the time, you are missing out on that deal. If you only reach out 3 times, you're still not. It's like 47% now. You're still not even half 50-50 shot of getting that call back. So that follow through, that follow up, that consistent touch point with somebody, the whole goal with that is to stay top of mind over and over and over again. So that way, when they do have an urgent need, when they do have a problem that you can come in and solve on the spot, or solve, today for them, that you're the one that gets the call because your mailer is the last thing in their mail pile, or, you've mailed them 6 times and, they've saved your postcard, or, your number's on their phone at this point, or it's on their fridge. Like you have consistently stay top of mind with them, and you're giving yourself the best chance to be the one that gets that outreach, that call back. So how to go do this using technology is anytime you add a lead, you can go in, and again, if you skip traced it and you call, text them, left a voicemail, awesome, cool. Try to even connect all of it if you can, and maybe leave a sticky note on the door, then shoot them a text and say, hey, I came by, had a question about your property. Then you left them a voicemail about it, cool, awesome. And then you hit send a postcard, like start mail. When you hit start mail right there, you're going to see this pop up where right away you're going to be able to see exactly what postcard they're going to get. Again, I know I gave you that tip earlier of taking a picture of the property. That's going to roughly double your response rate, because the picture that you take is going to automatically appear on that lead's postcard inside DealMachine. And that's going to send out automatically through DealMachine, where you can go in and customize the wording, customize the design, customize like the signature, all, the message behind it, all of that right there. And you can actually change the template too, because you've got about 10 default templates inside DealMachine already, which these are proven templates that the Ryan Haywood guy, who's done hundreds of deals, he uses our default templates. He just sets it and forgets it, doesn't overthink it. And, they are proven, they work over and over again. So you can go in here and change the template. You can switch it up by creating a sequence of these and say, hey, send this postcard, then this one, then this one, then this one, and get really specific. So that way you're switching up the sizes of the postcard. You can mix in handwritten letters. You can do all kinds of stuff when it comes to actually mailing people out. But the main thing that we're really focused on emphasizing here is that consistency. It's getting a postcard to them, over and over and over again. So you actually, by default, every 21 days I have in here, I'm going to send out a postcard. I'm going to do it 6 times. So that way I know, hey, they're going to get 6 postcards from me. Here are the dates that they're going to get them. And then, I can see exactly what the design is going to look like each time. So you can go in there and be able to hit send mail, fire out a postcard, and then not have to worry about it. So highly, highly recommend using that. That's kind of that, again, the long-term marketing that I talk about, which let me pause this so I don't actually mail them here. But you can go in and when you hit send mail, roughly, you typically a week later-ish, 7 days-ish, they'll be receiving that postcard. And you can go in and actually track and budget this too in the mail tab. So up on the top here, if you click on mail and then go to your mail center, you'll see, hey, I've sent 19 postcards this month. I have 1 more coming out. It's cost me this much. Hey, here are the ones that I've sent. Have they been delivered? Are they in transit? Were they returned to sender? What is the status of that particular mailer? What do I have coming up? So you can kind of use this to track your mail, to budget your mail. I would say like a couple quick pro tips that we see the most successful people who are sending the highest volume of mail doing. I mean, one is, setting up a voicemail and like a Google Voice number, like a specific phone number to call in. So that way, when you get a call into that number, it's one of your mailers, because answering the phone is absolutely crucial. Like if you're able to actually answer on the spot, or at least have a voicemail set up that they know, hey, this is Matt looking to buy their house. Like they need to be able to connect and make sure it's not, a scam or, spam or anything like that. I think, again, a picture of the house on the postcard is going to go a really long way. A picture of you and your family. If you're, I've seen people do that in their signature on the back, which if you go to postcards right here, this is where you can tweak the designs and really kind of change up what it looks like on the front and the back, and get really specific and edit them and change the sizing. And again, do like, order door hangers with us and do different types of marketing in here. So that mail tab under postcards right here, you can do quite a bit. And then testing out the wording. So you could test out and say, hey, I'll buy your house fast. I'll buy with, without realtor commissions. I'll buy, you could leave what you want. You could leave, you don't have to clean out the house. Like testing out different motivating factors there too goes a long way. So that's, I think in terms of optimizing the mail, those are all my main tips. Do you have any mail tips, Thach, on your end on like what works really well for you, man?
Yeah. I think the tip I can give you guys is it's not normal that you guys make a phone call and someone's going to say yes right away. It's not normal when you got to mail your first batch and you're going to get somebody to respond. So I want to set you up because when you do this, if you don't get results the first batch or the first cold call, don't be discouraged. Keep doing it. You won't start seeing results until you're doing it consistent. Like, how do you expect to get results when you go to the gym? You know what I mean? You got to do it consistently. So the mailing, the calling, the knocking, it takes a little bit of time to get the momentum going. Okay, everybody, right? So to me, do everything. Do the mails. Do it consistently, right? And the cool thing about doing the mail with these guys, it automatically goes out. You don't have to think about it. At the same time, do the driving. You're covering all the ground. But the key I learned from a mistake is I can be out there calling and door knocking. I get somebody, and then I put them in a tickler file, and then instead of having it automatically, what Matt got to do every 30 days they get a mail. If I miss a month, all of a sudden someone sneak in and bought it from me. All that work I done just went down the drain. So get the mailing system in that Matt got to have a service. It just automatically mail it to you. You don't have to think about it. And at the same time, when this is happening, go out there and call and door knock. You do all this, you guys, and you put in the work, you're gonna be successful because you're talking to a lot of people. Okay, the name of the game, the name of the game in sales is the more people you talk to, the more opportunity you're gonna have.
Love it, man. Yeah, and in the end, it's a numbers game, like you said. It's adding the right number of leads, and doing it consistently, getting that down, getting really used to this process. You'll build momentum over time. That'll snowball for you, and then having consistent marketing then between the short-term one-to-one outreach to give yourself a chance to really get on their radar, and then follow that up with these long-term mailers and set it and forget it. And use the power of automation to do that. So,
hey Matt,
that's what I. Yeah, go for it.
A couple of people asked, how do they actually get your service if they don't win, right? How do they?
Yeah.
Where do they go get their service? What is it? Is it DealMachine.com or what is it?
Yeah, so if you go to DMspringboard.com, so that's going to be in which I'll share this with you guys at the end. We have two options. So we do have a 7-day free trial. I know this is a 21-day challenge and that the trial is 7 days. So I do understand like, hey, we're asking you to invest a little bit on your end as well, which we do month to month. I know in the end, like we want to look at this as an investment in yourself. As you would invest in a mentor like for Springboard to Wealth, as you're investing your time into this, as you're investing, into technology to save you time. Yes, you can do this as much as you want physically by writing addresses and, calling people. You can do all this by hand. Our goal is to help you save time by using technology to do this. So I know our starter plan's it's $59 a month and it's month to month there. So, if you're just dipping your toe in the water, say the 7-day trial's coming up. Okay, cool. Hey, let's go with that. Make it really easy to start there and be able to keep going. And the goal is to, once you do that first deal, hey, you're paying for years of that, right? But the goal here is to give you technology to make that more easy, more efficient, more effective. So if you do DMspringboard.com, that's going to give you a ton of free marketing towards everything we taught you about today. That'll give you a bunch of free skip trace, a couple hundred free skip traces, a bunch of free mailers. I believe 50 free mailers. At the end here, I'll share if you're ready to like fully jump in and say, hey, yeah, I'm going to do this for at least a year, then we'll give you guys a 45% off of 12 months of this too, just for people going through this challenge. So that way you're able to get the way better price than you would by going through our website. But in the end, like, hey, DMspringboard.com, that's going to be the best way to try us out for that free trial, get a bunch of free skip traces, free marketing, all that stuff, and run from there. So as I go through,
let me say it again, Matt. Hold on for a second. So email DM at Springboard to Wealth, not DM Springboard to Wealth, right?
No, it's if you type in just www.DMspringboard.com.
Okay, got you. All right, so, there you go. All right,
cool. Sorry about that. That wasn't clear.
So it's DM, it's DM Springboard. Is that Springboard spelled out? SBTW again.
No, that one's just DMspringboard.com all spelled out. So I'll put.
Okay, there you go, everybody.
Yeah, I'll put that up on here. Let me see here. I've got that on the YouTube and Facebook now, and then I'll put it on the webinar too for people. Can share that too for you guys. So cool. There should be like a little button you can click there. If you're on Instagram, it's DMspringboardcom would be just the free trial there. So
okay, there we go. All right, that's good.
Not to throw too many links at you, but there you go.
Yeah,
that's one of them. Again, the recap of this was short-term plus long-term marketing. Your homework for week 2. So again, like you said, this is a challenge. This is something that's going to take work to actually get out there and go do that first deal. But that's why this is something that not everybody does. It requires that work. You got to go out and build that list. You got to go out and really be able to put in the work that other people won't, to find the most motivated and also least competitive leads for that reason. Because not everybody's willing to go out and find those properties by driving for dollars. So your homework for week 2. I know week 1 was you added 100 leads, right? Week 2 is add another 100 leads. So, we're going to get to that magic number of 300 by the end of this thing. Like we talked about of, your typical leads for your first deal. So get to 200 leads total, and then try one marketing method to every one of those leads. That could be simply sending a postcard. That could be, texting them. It could be calling them. You have a ton of free skip traces and mailers from using that DMspringboardcom. So that should cover all the skip traces and most of the mailers through using that. But our goal here today is to take action on this. It's to keep building that list and then take the next step, which is reaching out to sellers. And that's when the fun really starts. Like, that's when you really get to have conversations with people and start to have, really real conversations with sellers. Which, Thach, do you want to maybe give a few tips in terms of like how to talk to a seller, like a couple of initial questions to ask them, that first conversation when you're reaching out?
Yeah, it's really important, you guys. Don't ever make statement, ask question. Don't ever ask this question. If the price is right, would you sell it? All you're doing is setting yourself up to get smacked, right? What I do is I call, right? Let's say my opening line is this, and the opening, it has to be quick to the point, okay? Otherwise, they're gonna hang up on you, or they're gonna like at the door, they're gonna slam the door in your face. So don't go into like, oh yeah, how you doing? I noticed you got a black Chevrolet outside. I got a black Chevrolet. Yeah, they gotta tell you, shut the hell up, get to the goddamn point. What are you talking about? What do you want? What I do is I knock on the door, pop. Hi, are you the owner of this property? Are you Matt? And Matt's gonna say, yes. What can I do for you? Hi, my name is Thach Nguyen. I'm a real estate investor in this neighborhood. I buy a lot of property, and I wanted to ask you, sir, have you had any thoughts on when you might consider selling your home? And you gotta know the question: have you had any thoughts on when you might consider selling? It's an open-ended question, and it's an assumptive question. It is the most powerful NLP language that you could ever use. When do you plan on selling? Right? That's what I always start with that, because they can't say no, they can't say yes. They have to basically answer the question. Well, I never thought about selling. Now I got them to talking. Oh, you haven't thought about selling? Good for you. And then I can go into building rapport with them. So never ask open-ended question. If the price went, would you sell it? That's a closed-ended question. You're gonna get smacked quick before you even get started. Okay, everybody? So beginning question: have you had any thoughts on when you plan on selling? Say that to them. Okay, that's the big tip for you guys.
Love it, man. There you go. So start there. That have that conversation with people. And again, the goal for this homework is add another 100 leads, so you have 200 total. Market to each of them at least one time. The week 2 giveaway we're going to be sending out over email on Friday. So if you're watching on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, Facebook, make sure to enter that the actual email list itself, which is Sbtw That's where everyone on the webinar is teed up on there. But you must complete the homework this week to qualify for that giveaway. So we'll be emailing that back out on Friday to you guys. And then here are those bonuses. So I know we talked about DMspringboardcom. That is the 7-day free trial, the $30 free in the app. Like I said, the challenge itself, everything we're giving you guys in terms of the playbook and the value in that, the teaching of that, that's all free. Beyond that, hey, we're giving you a free 7-day challenge, a free 7-day trial to try out DealMachine and say, hey, if you're gonna try to use this as technology to save you time, awesome, cool. But everything we give you in terms of the overall challenge, that all is free knowledge and a playbook to go run with, to go use yourself, whether it be using the technology or doing it by hand. So make sure to use that link if you're actually going to try this out. If you want to do, again, if you're going to commit for 12 months, if you're like, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm not just trying this out, but I'm going to stick with this for at least a year and really commit to me taking massive action for the entire year of 2023. Make sure to do, here's the last link I'm going to throw at you. And I'll keep this on the screen here so that way you guys know this one. But it's DealMachine.com/SpringboardPro. So you can see that. If you are on Facebook and YouTube, you'll see it on the screen. If you're on the Webinar Jam, you can see it on the screen. On Instagram, just enter the challenge. You'll be able to get all this stuff. But that Springboard Pro link is going to give you DealMachine Pro for 12 months. List Builder included in that, which helps you pull lists that you can then go drive like we talked about today. A bunch of free marketing credits with that as well. All of that's going to be included for 45% off, which I know typically that would be like close to $2,000 for an entire year. So you're going to get that. That would be for $990 for that total. So if you're going to do this for 12 months, awesome. Go that route. Use that QR code I have up on the screen to get to that. If not, cool. Hey, try out the 7-day free trial or keep following along with us, for free through using pen and paper and acting on this that way too. So we just want to give as much free value as possible in terms of this content, in terms of this knowledge, in terms of sharing like what works for people over and over and over again. Now you have, kind of the full exercise to know exactly how to build that list, how to market that list. You've got your marching orders in terms of accountability and doing the homework and getting that done. So Thach, do you have anything else to tell people before we let them go here and try to keep it to an hour for you, man? No, you're enjoying Hawaii.
Yeah. Look, Look, everybody, we have no problem telling you guys everything you got to do. Okay. This is the highlight of things you got to do. The key is investing, is learn how to find deals. First week, we taught you how to make a list of all the distressed property. Today, we talked about all the way I can market to the property. The key in real estate investing is knowing how to find deals. They always say the money's in the buy, not in the sale. Okay. You got to learn how to find deals. And the key is this, you got to do the work. We can't do the work for you. We could teach you, give you all the tools to use, but then you got to do the work. If you want to do the work, I'm telling you, you can be a millionaire doing this work and start owning real estate. Right now, we haven't even talked about owning real estate yet, folks. We just talk about how to find lists. We teach you how to make money. I can teach you how to own rental property later. When you own rental property, you got 10 of those bad boys, $2,000, $3,000 a month paid off, 20 to 30 grand a month. Man, you're set for life, okay? For you guys and gals. So do the work. Now, I see there's been a lot of people asking me on Instagram. There've been people asking me on live stream. People asking me on Webinar Jam. Yes, I still do the work. I'm out there calling, knocking. I'm out there doing mailings. I'm out there still finding deals for myself. I still do it with my team. We're out there finding deals every day. So I'm not preaching stuff I don't do. I'm still doing it, and I don't even have to do it. But I love it because I love hunting for deals because the money is in the hunting for the deal. That's why I still do it. So I'm preaching to you guys something that I the man to do themselves. Okay. Now, and lastly is a lot of you guys ask on Instagram and everything else. Yes, if you don't know, I do have Springboard mentorship. It's the mentorship where I teach people very deeply how to own rental property. Okay. What we teach you right now is how to actually find the deal, how to market it. And if you have the money, buy it. If you don't have the money, wholesale it. But ultimately, what I teach you how to do is own rental property. Okay. Now, but you guys are asking. Look, I'll keep it simple. If you're interested in Springboard mentorship, just go to my Instagram, okay, and just DM me the word mentor, and I will handle you guys later. Okay. Just go to my Springboard account, just DM me personally, say mentor, and then I'll take care of you guys later. But today, I want you guys to actually do the homework and turn your homework in so you guys can win. Hey, you want a surprise for next week's prize, or you want to give it to tell them next week when they win, Matt?
Yeah, hey, you know what? I'll say, hey, this week's prize again. We're giving away another $800 account. We're giving away
Oh,
$100
nice.
in free marketing credits with it. Like, you will have the technology you need to go land deals for that year. You'll have, you know, the $100 already preloaded for you to go get a ton of marketing credits. We had, let's see, let me find this in the chat again. We had, where are we? The winner from this week. Les.
There you go. Les.
There we go. Les right
it.
here. We're going to find you, Les, and make sure you get all this for you guys. But we had a ton of people complete the homework. That was phenomenal. Love to see that people are ready to take action, get out there. And hey, let's do it again this week. Here's the week 2 homework again. Go add another 100 leads and start marketing.
All right, you guys. Have an awesome day, man. And go do your homework. And I will see you guys on the gram when I'm in Hawaii right now, chilling for another week. Peace out, everybody.
Thanks, guys.